thank you very much for coming along for our press conference. What I'm sure you'll agree with me is a tremendous bill which we've got coming up on Saturday here in Leicester at the Leicester Arena, where Leicester Riders have recently become the British basketball champions, also winning the National Basketball Cup as well. So it's a great sporting city and brilliant, I think, to see World Championship boxing here for the first time in an awful long time. Last time there was World Championship boxing here, Frank, it was when the Granby Halls was still here, and nowadays that's the car park for Leicester Tigers.
Many years ago, and as I say, we're all pleased obviously to be back here, and we've got a fantastic show on, and I'm sure all the fans, all the viewers on BT and Box Nation are going to be in for a treat.
We've got most of the major players up here. We'll finish off with Tommy Langford and Avtandil Khurtsidze. I'm told that is the correct pronunciation. It should actually be Khurtsidze. Khurtsidze. There you go, Khurtsidze. That's our main event, WBO interim world middleweight title, which promises to be an absolute cracker. And I think we could start, Frank, by talking about the final eliminator for the WBO World Bantamweight title, which is also on the bill on Saturday. Avtandil Villanueva from the Philippines, who's away on my far right, is up against Zolani Tete, who we saw in a fantastic performance against Paul Butler not so long back. He's maintained his winning ways since then. And Frank, I guess moving towards a massive fight if he comes through this.
Well, the winner of this fight will challenge for the WBO bantamweight title. Zolani, who we promote and work with, for me, I think he's the best fighter out there who isn't a world champion at the moment. He's a sublime boxer to watch. He can punch, he moves, he's exciting, and you know, I'm a massive fan. And as for Arthur, he's got a fantastic record. He's 31-0. He's got 16 KOs. He's the WBO Asia and Pacific champion. He knows as well as Zolani how important this fight is for both of them, and the winner of it will obviously get the shot at the world title. And then, if it's Zolani and he wins the world title, we can then start making some matches with some of the British fighters. So there'll be a big British interest. But he's our adopted Scouser. He's based in Liverpool, and everybody up there loves him. He had, as I say, last time out in this country, he had a fantastic performance, and I'm looking forward to this fight on Saturday. I think this could be the fight of the night.
How much are you enjoying being based over here, Zolani?
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I'm really enjoying being in UK. It's the first time in Leicester, but I feel like I'm in Liverpool while I'm here. You've heard Frank talk about the chance of a world title fight coming up after this. And he's also referred to you as the best guy who's not a world champion currently in boxing. Must be good to hear that, isn't it? Those are good news. I mean, every fighter it's his dream to become a world champion. You know, I'm one step away from being a world champion again, and I'm not gonna let it go.
How tall are you? 5'9", 5'10"?
In South Africa, we say it's 1.7. I don't know how much is it in
It's bloody big, I know, for the weight. That is true. How many weights do you think you could possibly be a world champion? Because obviously the name Guillermo Rigondo is going to come up somewhere down the line. Is that something which in the long term maybe you'd like?
That's one of the fights we're looking for in the long run. We need to clean the bantamweight division first, and then we'll go up to the super bantam.
That would be massive, wouldn't it, Frank?
Oh, I think it'd be a huge fight, and a great fight for the boxing fans. You know, Zolani didn't lose his title in the ring, as we all know, and he's seriously, you know, he's out to get his title back. And as I say, I think it's going to be something a little bit special on Saturday.
Arthur's got a translator with him. Can I ask how he plans to beat Zolani where others have failed? What will the tactics be?
First of all, I would like to thank Frank Warren, Ala Promotion, for giving this chance for me to fight. We train for I think 4 months to 3 months. training, and we study a lot of videos of Tete, and we are prepared now.
He's a terrific boxer, isn't he? Not just a great puncher.
Yeah, it's good, strong stuff. He's a world champion. I respect him very much, and it's my honor to fight him.
Manny Pacquiao, of course, from your country. Have you ever met the great man?
Yes, of course. I met Manny Pacquiao.
And have you spoken to him at all recently? Does he know about this fight coming up for you?
No, because he's busy in the Senate. He's a senator now.
But it would be you must regard him as a bit of a hero, don't you? Is he your boxing hero, Manny?
Of course. All of Filipino, we acknowledge Manny Pacquiao as a hero.
And if you beat Zolani, that would be big news for you and for the Philippines, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, wish you all the best for that one. Now, also on the bill, we've got Paul Holt, who's at my far right. Paul is going to be in action against Lyon Woodstock, who's here, who's got a big following here in Leicester. A little bit of confusion about whether or not you are still the champion, Paul, but like Zolani, as the Midlands area super featherweight champion, you've certainly not lost the title in the ring, have you?
No, I don't know what happened, to be fair, but it's one of them ones. Just got to keep up, got to get back on.
What do you know about Lyon?
I know he's quite flashy. That's all I really know. I don't really read too much into it. Just got to do what I do on the night.
Have you studied him? Have you watched carefully?
No, nothing.
What do you make of this one, Frank?
I think it's a good fight. You know, Paul's he's a tough guy, and Lyon's one of our rising stars. I've sort of liked him since I've first seen him fight, and if he comes through this, I think he can go on and become a quite dominant force on the British scene.
Some very tasty fights potentially at this sort of weight, aren't there?
There are, and this fight itself, you know, it's a local. Who's going to be the best guy locally, and we will see on the night. But it's again a fantastic fight. But I think that, you know, for Lyon, he can't slip up. He's 8-0 at the moment. He's got it all to do with Paul. But if he comes through this, we will move in very quickly onwards and upwards.
And how are you feeling, Lyon? How's the preparations gone?
There we go, that's better. Yeah, prep's been good, man. Really, really good. Like, this is the hardest that we've worked for, like, any pro fight that we've had so far. So I'm feeling like Superman right now. So I don't feel like nothing can stop me now. Nothing out. Anything that gets in the way will just get destroyed.
How many fans do you reckon are going to be there cheering you on? I imagine half Beaumont Leeds is going to be here.
Well, that besides of my ticket sales, like, obviously we've got other Leicester people on the show as well, and like, pretty much Leicester's quite a small city. Everyone knows pretty much everyone. So, like, I've done like near 300, just over 300 tickets. That's like of the people that I know personally. So obviously, like, CJ's done X amount of tickets, and so is Jahmaine, and we all, like, everyone pretty much knows everyone. So the crowd there is going to be mad. The atmosphere, I cannot wait for it, like, just to hear it all.
Now, how confident are you? Because obviously Paul's going to have ideas of his own, and I've heard one or two whispers saying, yeah, great fights, and he's got a lot of talent, but in an ideal world, come a little bit too soon.
Well, people can say and think what they like, because me and my coach, we know what we've done and we know what we're ready for, do you know what I mean? Like, we've been training for fights like this, like, my whole boxing career, in my amateurs and everything, do you know what I mean? I was moving around with pros when I was like 18, 19 years old in the amateurs, so this ain't nothing big. 10 rounds ain't no big thing to me, it's normal.
But if you do come through this, with due respect to Paul, if you do come through it, okay, when, in your opinion, it's a big step along the way, isn't it?
Of course, this is a great opportunity. I'm thankful to Paul Holt for taking the fight and making the fight and bringing his fans over and everything as well. So I just can't wait to get it on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, best man win, for real.